Candy Podcast, episode 904.
904.
904.
We're back for more.
Back for more. Hello, welcome.
Now you could stamp off the Sarah Said a Rhyme.
Yeah, if
on
you
your
have
page.
the bingo sheet, which you do not, you could, theoretically. Stamp it. Welcome to the show. How's Sarah? Still sick?
Still sick. I'm never going to be not sick. I think I'm an allergy person, too. You know, like the spring has sprung over here. Mm-hmm. It is really nice.
Yeah.
I watched a plant right outside my house. Like one day I saw it had no buds, and then the next morning I wake up and look outside, and it's got all these all the buds opened up.
So nice.
It's just like overnight. It's so, I just love it. It's very hopeful, spring.
It's miraculous. Every year.
It does it every year, right? Like clockwork.
Damn year. All right. Well, hopefully you'll be better soon, not sick.
How are you? Your boobs are looking great.
God, thank you.
Yeah. Woo!
Well, they're not doing great, though, because I went in finally to the, plastic surgeon to talk about the rupture. Yeah. And they did an ultrasound, a separate one, and they saw a rupture in the other boob.
Get out of town.
We're
you got
rupturing.
2 ruptured titties.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Oh, my gosh.
It sucks. And I'm hesitant to talk about it too much because, these insurance people, they are hot on the case,
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were listening right now, but the only way these babies are under warranty is if I can persuade radiology to amend my 2023 mammogram. So on the images, you see the rupture, but they didn't put it in the report. So the only
need to
way
go back and put it in the report.
They have to amend the report. And the only way they'll do that is if they think you aren't going to sue them.
Oh, well, you need to, we might sue them.
Well, no, if they think it's about litigation, they won't do anything.
Oh, I
but
see.
But if you're it's fine, we're just trying to get the warranty, then they might.
Yeah. Say that. Right. Whatever you need to say.
That's what the doctor said. She had to put it in her prescription for the amendment. She said, this is for warranty purposes.
Yeah.
What the fuck game are we playing here?
I see, because they don't want you to sue for negligent, that they forgot about it. You're like, no, I just want a new
free
set.
Tits.
Hello?
Doesn't everyone just want some free tits?
Right.
I mean,
I could go for some.
Because if I do not get them for free, I'm probably not going to pay for them.
No. I'll be on the case. Give me their number. I'll call them. I'll talk to them. Send me through. Patch me through.
Right? Or I'm going to have to do a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Go fund my tits. I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah, because then you're going to, for high donors, let them have a squeeze or something.
Yeah, right. The tier. What's the, squeeze tier? Probably $100. $1,000. Whoa, they're not that
great.
I don't
know. Well, I'm just saying. We just don't want to be giving squeezes away to everybody, or do we?
I've done more for less.
Right. I love that.
Right. Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
I hope they amend it.
Also, I saw my sister Gretchen and we got facials. Have you ever had a hydrofacial?
Once a long time. Is that the one where they use a little wand kind of thing and they inject water or they suck out some stuff and then afterwards they show it to you and it looks real gross?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. How was it?
It was great. I loved it. I mean, they just I don't even know what's going on, but I knew that it was sucking. Mm-hmm. And then I said, let me see the juice, baby.
Oh, what did it look like?
Gross.
Oh, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, right?
I want to see the stuff afterwards.
Do you think that, even if you had one today, it would still be like that the next day?
No.
Really?
For sure, no.
For sure, no.
Yeah, or else they would recommend, do it every day. But they don't.
What do you think that is, though, that gunk?
Sebum
yellow.
And...
What?
Oh, sebum,
sebum.
Basically skin cells mixed with sweat, and it's what's hanging out in your pores.
Disgusting.
Just giving you a good deep clean. I could go for that.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, you never had one of those before, huh?
I've never had a facial before.
Get out of town.
Yep. For sure.
Wow. Oh, then
that?
what a treat. That's the way to go.
I know. What a treat. I guess this is what white women do. I didn't know. Like, I just have never had the pleasure.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're a whole new
Anything
woman.
new with you besides your sickness?
No, I mean, I do have, currently I'm sitting on a gift certificate for a facial that my brother and his fiance were kind enough to give me for hosting their baby shower.
Sure, nice. My God. I don't think you have to give anyone anything for hosting a baby shower.
I didn't either, but you don't, but they were grateful, and they gave me a nice little thank you with that. Now I want a hydrofacial.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I bet yours doesn't have any gunk, though, because you're not like a big makeup gal or anything.
Well, yeah, but I'm a big outdoorsy gal who doesn't wash her face. So I definitely have some gunk in there that we need to get out.
My mother, she is a big makeup wearer, but like does not wash her face literally ever.
That's wild.
It's like, I almost think that it changes your bio. Like, I don't know that there are pores anymore. Because if you didn't wash your face for 50 years.
Wow.
And she never has pimples or anything. Well, I'm pretty sure they still don't have a shower at that house.
Oh, she's baths only. So she's probably not scrubbing her face like that.
What do you think
I need to know some answers. What do her pillowcases look like?
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
That's the first thing I thought of. That's like why I do wash my face, because I got the white pillowcases, and
for sure.
I'll end up with like
I'm religious about
my own print on that.
Yeah. She's just religious about religion. At any rate, I shouldn't talk about other people. I should only reveal my own weirdnesses, of which there are aplenty.
I do hear that you're supposed to wash your face because it like slows down the aging process or something. Like, I don't know. They say it ages your face if you leave your makeup on, but that could just be lies.
Well, I know, because I think, the lady, she doesn't get zits or anything.
Right.
You know how they say, like, sometimes doing too much is, like, worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her microbiome is, like, intact.
Yeah. It's had to, like, work extra hard to build up a good barrier.
Right. It probably has the biggest barrier of anyone.
Yeah.
Maybe she knows what's up. I don't know.
She might.
All right. Let's dive in.
Yeah. What do you got for us today?
Well, this is shocking. Oh. A babysitter did the old check under the bed for monsters routine and found a man under there.
Get out.
Yeah. A child was afraid that there were monsters under his bed.
Like the little kid goes, I am scared. There's monsters under bed. And your response like, no, there's not. Don't worry. Let me check. And then there was, in fact, a monster under the bed.
There was. Can you imagine what you would do?
Then what happened?
He came out of the bed and like pushed them over and like knocked them both over and went running.
Oh, that kid is never sleeping in his own bed ever again.
Right.
I'm scared to sleep in my own bed.
The police went chasing him. They couldn't find him. Then they did find him the next day.
Oh, thank God.
And, he's under arrest. But like...
Oh, that babysitter deserves a raise.
Do you think, though, that the reason the kid thought there were monsters is because he already had seen them or something?
Because he heard something.
He heard something.
Yeah. Oh! That's actual nightmare fuel.
Horrifying.
Like, when did the guy get in? I have so many questions.
I know.
How long was he there?
Right. It was not sufficient. I want to know, what was his intention? Does he go there every day?
Oh, my God.
Right.
You know I think it's called like frogging?
What's that?
Do you know of this?
No.
It's when people hide out in your house. It's kind of like what that movie Parasite was all about.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the term for it.
Hide out in
somebody
your house and
will
do
be
what?
hiding in your attic, like live there, and you don't even know.
I do have fears about that.
Me too. I mean, I got a small house, so it's real easy for me to see. My attic's like right here. I can check.
Right.
Nope, nobody
You're
there.
fine.
Yeah.
My house, I could totally see it being.
Oh my
happening.
gosh, your house? Please,
Right.
you could
It'd
have
be
4
weird
people
if there
there.
Weren't.
Yeah.
Right? Remember when I found that porno in the floorboards? Big Trouble in Little Vagina? And I was like, what's the problem? A yeast infection? You were like, the dick, Suze, the big dick.
Trouble is the dick, Suze.
Right?
I love that
like,
I can walk you through porn titles like that.
But there's like...
There's a lot of hiding places. If you said,
Yeah.
oh, guess what, we found a body, I'd be like,
You'd be
that
like, oh,
makes sense.
I can see that happening.
Yep, absolutely. Makes sense. But yeah, hiding out, I think there was a celebrity, I want to say Julia Roberts or something, where somebody was like living in her attic. She didn't even know. Yes. Yeah.
That is hideous.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know, man. Like, housing is expensive. I mean, if somebody was like, listen, I just could not afford a mortgage, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah,
that I
frogging.
understand.
PHRO. Pamela Anderson.
Why is it
She was
PH?
evicted. I
What's
don't
that
know.
stand for?
PH. What? I have no idea.
Jesus.
Very, very scary.
Okay. Well, at any rate, that child must have been like, I told you.
I mean, that kid's never gonna. He's gonna be terrified.
Doomed.
What would you do if you were the parent to like help
Oh my God,
him?
you know what I would do. You can stay in my room forever. you already know that.
I do know that. That is definitely what you could do.
Listen, life's
Oh
scary.
my
I don't know.
God! Because how do you explain that to a kid?
For sure. And there's nothing you could do that would like reassure because
Right.
it happened.
Hello?
Because whenever we would go to like before Lincoln was in the OCD clinic, when he would just talk to like regular therapists about these fears or whatever he had, they would talk him down through logic, right? Like how many times has there been someone in your closet or whatever?
Right.
And the answer is always 0.
Right.
Well,
What happens when the answer is 1?
like 100% of the time.
100% of the time I thought there was a monster, there was in fact a monster.
Right. I'm sorry, but that argument falls flat.
I hope that guy gets punished to the full extent of the law, because it's going to be something like trespassing or breaking and entering, and I don't think that's enough time.
Yeah, we want
Because
terrorism.
there was a malicious intent I could that I'm just going to guess was.
Yeah, we want domestic terrorism charges.
Yeah, I do.
I agree with you, Sarah. If somebody said to me, let's get rid of the death penalty except for like crimes against children.
Right. That's
And
the one.
in that case, like the smallest thing that you did to a child, you
Right.
could get death penalty, I'd be fine with it.
You did a practical joke on a kid under the age of 10,
Practical joke.
straight to
Right.
jail.
Right.
I hate when grown-ups do practical jokes on kids that aren't age appropriate. I was
Yes.
just saying in our previous episode that I like an April Fool's joke, but I do not like a practical joke when it's not age appropriate.
Yes.
I
They
see
should
it
be
happen
treated like
all
child
the time.
predators.
It's like,
Because
what
they
are
are.
you doing?
They're preying upon them in a different way.
Yeah, on their vulnerable nature.
I agree with you, Sarah, because and sometimes it's treated like comedy, you know, like on
Right.
TV. It's not funny.
Yes. I do not like that. I don't like making kids the butt of the joke because they don't get it. They're going to internalize it.
Yeah.
They can't. A lot of kids don't even know that. Ask a kid to tell you a joke. And if it has an actual punchline and a setup like a real joke, then you can do it. But I guarantee you ask a kid under age of 10, they're going to say,
Knock, knock, who's there? But
baloney. Right.
Right.
Yeah, fart.
right. Yeah. And that should be off limits. Those kids are like, they don't know what's cooking.
They don't know. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know,
I'll tell you
what
what
do I know?
is cooking, and that is real delicious food in my caraway.
Oh, I was just gonna, I should have taken a video of it this morning, but I was being lazy. I made 3 eggs, just cracked them right into the pan. Mm-hmm. And I was so impressed. I had seen in a TV show somebody eating like fried eggs, and I'm like, those look really good. And you know, when you flip it the first time, it's fine, and then you go to flip it the second time, and it gets stuck. Not with my caraway.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
you want them back
like
the way they came.
Like yeah. And then it gets stuck when I'm trying to get it off. Not with my caraway. It's all three were just like sliding around my pan, just put them right on my plate, and it looked just like it did in the movie that I saw. And that feels so good when you make a meal and it comes out how you envisioned it because you have good cookware.
Because you have good cookware. The equipment matters. And this stuff is non-toxic, but somehow still non-stick. And I mean non-stick.
Non-stick.
It is phenomenal, and they have beautiful colors in all of their products. So
the sage green is the best. I mean, your yellow is really beautiful, though.
Honestly, yeah, they have so many good ones. Or you could just get like traditional.
And that yellow is so your color, and that sage green is so my color.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm like the sunshine, and she's like the trees.
Yes.
Okay. Listen,
poetry
you
writes
guys
itself.
need this stuff. Bakeware, cookware, all their products are phenomenal. Spring into action with the Healthy Swapped Caraway. Our favorite cookware set will save you $150 versus buying the items individually. Plus, if you visit carawayhome.com/braincandy, you can take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for our listeners, so visit carawayhome.com/braincandy or use code braincandy at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. Alrighty. Yeah, that was nightmare fuel. Okay.
Oh, gosh. As a former nanny, babysitter,
hell,
I couldn't imagine. I mean, and that poor babysitter.
I know.
Because you got to imagine, she's just probably a young gal.
Right. She didn't sign up for this.
Sounds like she sprung into action.
Yeah, she did a good job, but
she
Jesus. Did. All right, next up on the agenda. R.I.P. Hooters.
Oh, thank fucking God. It's about damn time.
What do you have against Hooters?
Everything. Everything, Susie.
Yeah. Have you thought a lot about it?
Except the lovely ladies who work there. You guys are fine. But the model... I'm sure the wings are great, but the idea that we're going to go to a place to look at tits, and I'm saying that as a woman who loves tits.
Yeah, you do.
So,
no, but you don't have a problem with strip clubs, do you?
I do not, because that's not masquerading as something else.
So you don't like the hypocrisy.
I don't like the hypocrisy. And I think at a strip club, the money is going into those strippers' G-strings. I was going to say pockets, but...
Right. So you feel like this is like the brass, the top guys, and they are guys. Yeah. Making money on a premise, and the servers are making the same as if they worked at Chili's.
Yes.
Right. Whereas
but they got to deal with all the same things that you would deal with at a strip club. And I think that at a strip club, they're probably more respectful of the women than at a Hooters.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
I don't know that to be true, but that is my guess.
Yeah. Well,
where the line is more like I can see
I bet you the clientele is where they're like they wanting to spend the same as an Applebee's, right? Whereas if you're at a strip club, you expect to like dole out money, yeah.
And the women are protected. Like no guy in his right mind is going to pinch the ass cheek of a stripper as she walks by because she's got security guards and bouncers that are going to be like, "Get that guy out of here,
hands off the merchandise."
Hands off. Yeah. That is not the case at Hooters.
Okay, well, you don't have to worry about them anymore because they are going bankrupt. And this article in The Atlantic was sort of documenting their history and how these guys, these I think 3 or 4 guys created it and wanted to create a restaurant they wouldn't get kicked out of.
Oh, see?
Red flag.
I hate it.
I hate that too. And then they have all these girls working in booty shorts and little cutie tank tops, hot ladies. They should go to a strip club.
Yeah, they should go to a strip
Make
club,
your
or
paper.
they should go to any of the finest dining establishments in whatever city they live in, because they are good at customer service. They are probably, yes, beautiful. They're probably really like, they just have to deal with these extra factors that I think.
Right,
maybe,
they should just work in sales, really.
yeah, they should work medical sales, whatever, something like because the talent is there, but I don't think that the right people are getting paid for it with what they have to put up with at Hooters. And I know opportunity, blah blah blah, poster, blah blah blah, Hooters girl, blah.
What did they say? There's an opportunity to be on a poster?
Well, they always have those like contests and like the Hooters girls and like the calendar that they do, and then it's kind of like Hawaiian Tropic style, you know?
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to be an honor.
Right.
Okay.
But it's like they're not paying them what they should.
No, and they were going through like the various lawsuits Hooters has endured. So like they've been sued, of course, for sexual harassment because the managers at every restaurant do this. But like you can imagine at Hooters.
I can't. Right.
Right. And then they've been sued in the 90s. They were sued by a bunch of dudes who were suing because they didn't hire men.
Oh, okay.
Right. These type. And then what else? There was one more lawsuit. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, and even just the rules about the uniform and it feels very sizes.
Well, I was just going to say that's the third lawsuit was weight discrimination.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, because everybody knows that plenty of men are into bigger gals. So they could definitely hire them and get like a lot of men real excited. Not everybody wants the sort of stereotype of whatever. Okay. So the funny part for me was that the question was like, was Hooters too sexy or not sexy enough? Because it's like, there's this other company called Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah.
You've been there?
I know. Well, I know of it. I've been there. I've been there one time. They do like the whole, like they almost have like a schoolgirl like kilt kind of look.
Stop.
Like it's. Then there's another one that was, I think it was called like the Twisted Kilt or something like that.
God.
That was in Orange County. That was like, yeah, Twin Peaks is like, they got
Twin
this,
Peaks on certain days, like holidays, they wear lingerie.
Whoa.
I mean, I want to go to Twin Peaks.
I can't imagine being a dude and being like,
yeah.
You know what goes great with these nachos? Tits. Like, let's go look at boobs while we eat wings.
Well, they said like in the digital era, it's not as titillating, so to speak.
Yeah, of course it's not. And I wonder the kind of people in this digital age that would objectify women like that in that way, I think might be now too scared to, like, they do it all behind a computer screen. I don't know if the kind of people who would even want that would have the courage to go to a place where they would have to actually talk to these women and order from them. That feels like, if you're 45 and up, you would do that. But under that, under 40, you're not doing it.
They can only do it anonymously.
I think they would be too scared.
Yeah. And then, it was just sort of saying how, like, in this era, the Hooters hadn't decided who they wanted to be. Like, do you want to be, like, appropriate?
Right.
And respond to sort of the Me Too element of, like, you have to still be, like, respectable.
Yeah.
Or do you want to lean into like the Trump era where it's like pussy, what do you say, grab them by the pussy?
Yeah, yeah.
In the locker room talk? Or do you want to be like inclusive with your staff where it's like every race and size and gender?
Right.
Like it's like they wanted everything and then they were nothing.
And I vaguely remember them going on that show, Undercover Boss.
Oh, God.
And then trying to make it like a family restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Like, this is a family, like trying to sell it as a family restaurant. And when they try to do that, it's like you said, they're trying to be too much of everything.
Yeah.
You can't make everyone happy. And
Twin Peaks knows who they are.
Yeah.
They are.
They
hot
are.
Stuff.
I was going to say sluts. No, I mean, girls, get your paper. Get it.
Yeah, that's why I say just go to a strip club. Or be a prostitute or something.
I'm thinking like these, or
you're not getting enough money. Mm-hmm. OnlyFans, that's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I went to any of these places, I would put on my spectacles from Pear because I would want to see exactly what these ladies look like because they are beautiful.
Yes, they are.
And Pear Eyewear is sorting out a big problem, and that is how I am blind as a bat.
Well, that your optometrist might have to sort out, but they are giving you the solution of glasses that look amazing and interchangeable lenses and frames.
So cute. So cute.
You want sunglasses? Boop. Pop on the sunglasses.
Right.
You want to change up for the holiday season? You can even go from, I always imagine this as like people who are teachers, or maybe like you work in a dental office,
nurses.
Or maybe you work with kids. Yeah. And you have like the one that you wear, on the job, seasonally, whatever. And then you go on a date that night and you take it off and you put on the tortoiseshell ones.
Yeah. Right. So you can get your base frames. And then when you want to be cute and whimsical and do a holiday or like Disney or whatever, then you can pop on the magnetic toppers. And they're so affordable. You get the base, and then the top ones start at $25. I mean, you can get a gazillion of them and have as many as you want. And like Sarah said, you could pop on the sunglass toppers too. So upgrade how you see the world, how the world sees you. Go to paireyewear.com and use code BCP for 15% off your first pair, and support the show by mentioning the Brain Candy podcast sent you in your post-checkout survey. That's Pair, P-A-I-R, eyewear.com, code BCP. They have the digital try-on, too, so you don't even have to go anywhere. You can just...
And a good one.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of sex workers...
yeah.
Because we were talking about that. You probably didn't start it yet, but on Netflix, they have the documentary Gone Girls, which is about the Long Island serial killer.
Oh, yes, I saw that. I want to see that real bad.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean... Serial killers are fascinating to people. Everyone loves true crime, but like this one is so new, and because of that, it's so disturbing. And
tell me a little bit of the story. I don't even know it.
Okay, so
sorry to cut you off.
I think the killings were in the early aughts, so like I don't know, 2005 to say 2015, but we didn't really know anything about it until I think like 2017. And there was a 911 call by this girl named Shannon Gilbert, who was like she was convinced someone was trying to kill her. She was a sex worker, and she was like in that moment running and like, they want to kill me. They're trying to get me. Like, what are you trying to do to me? She's screaming. And then that's how the documentary begins, is with the story of her calling 911, what had happened, and how she was like knocking on people's doors, like, help me, help me. And like people didn't want to let her in because like it's scary even just to get that kind of a thing happen. And so then she was missing from that point on. And then after that, they were reluctant to even search for her because she was a sex worker.
Typical. But
they found all these bodies shortly thereafter along the Long Island beach, all in one place. And none of them were hers, but they were all sex workers. And so you start seeing like, oh, this is like a thing. This is probably not a coincidence. And she's probably another victim. And so it grew and grew and grew. And there were dozens of victims.
That's so sad.
Yeah. And like we've just talked about with Hooters and strip clubs and stuff, it's a different time. Like prostitutes have always been a high risk profession, but like the victims of killers, because
vulnerable
everybody
population
knows
that nobody's looking for.
Yeah, historically, that's not true anymore. That prostitutes now are like not that big of a deal. OnlyFans is so like normalized and stuff that like everybody in this group was being looked for.
Oh,
they were missed.
That is good to know. I'm glad that you corrected me on that, because that is like I don't know, misconception that I think maybe we have, or like you said, was something maybe used to be the case, but
I
now,
think maybe amongst their clients they are still seen as disposable, but their moms love them a lot of the time, and they have sisters and friends and the other prostitutes who are like, we gotta find her.
Yeah, and people are connected. They have phones. They are in text groups. Yeah.
Yeah, so this felt different in that regard. And these their support systems were like, we're not going away.
Good.
Until you find our loved ones. And all the like police and stuff were like the stereotype of like people who just think of them as trash. But anyway, so then in like 2018 or so, they started zeroing in on the pings of these burner phones that were calling all the prostitutes. And they had narrowed it down to like a few blocks, you know. They knew where to look. It was only a matter of time. Yeah. And they knew that he likely worked in Manhattan. So,
oh God.
Do you remember when they found him, the Long Island guy?
I do not. I don't have any memory of this.
This wasn't that long ago, just 2019 or something. Yeah. And regular guy, married, kids.
Oh, I want to look up his picture right now.
Yeah, look him up.
What was he? The Long Island
Killer, I think they called him. Long Island Killer. And I just am fascinated by
Oh, he is regular and gross.
Regular and gross. Yeah. Yeah.
He looks like he could be a high school football coach.
Yeah.
A big guy. Like, if this guy looks like he could easily overpower anyone. Oh,
I gotta look at him again. Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Totally high school football coach.
Yeah.
But like normal. And he was an architect. Oh. Normal, successful, normal guy. Upper middle class. And I want to know, not in his case, like the specifics of him, but just in general, you know, these guys that like, you wouldn't kill prostitutes if you didn't develop some sort of like contempt for women.
Yeah.
And like, are we going Freudian here? Are we assuming it's like they hate their mom or something?
Yeah,
like,
I would imagine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have this distaste.
This feels like one of those like criminal profiling things where they fit a type that they're, I mean, it's not all the time, but that's pretty accurate.
It's so weird. It's like, why? Because they clearly, they're repelled, but also attracted.
I think that's the part that they are the most upset about.
They're mad themselves.
Yeah. They're mad that, or maybe it's a desire for control in a way that like.
There's a certain type of guy too that like resents women who can use their beauty and youth to like overpower men.
I want to know what his wife is like.
Ugh. I mean, from what I remember, just one of those sort of passive.
Yeah, that's
fools.
The only answer. that makes a lot of sense, because you're going to have to be turning a blind eye to some things, or this is like in the movies where she receives jewelry that she doesn't know where it came from.
Right.
And, I got it at the pawn shop, and she's like wearing all of the fucking trophies.
Yeah.
It's like,
when like all the murders were happening, like when he was like away on business or whatever, stuff like that.
Well, what business do you need to go on as an architect?
Right. Like
you do all your little drawings right here.
Right. But I liked the documentary because it was showing this sort of new thing about the victims, where it's like, you don't get to dispose of us anymore.
Yeah, I really like that. It's important.
And like, there are cell phones, and there are children. Like most of these ladies had kids, and it's just so upsetting. But fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Ooh, I'm gonna watch that. I'm on a true crime kick.
Okay, Gone Girls on Netflix.
Yeah,
I recommend it. How about how some dickheads in England fucked up a Paddington Bear statue?
No! Paddington Bear? How dare they?
That is low.
Why? Why? I get it. 3 wasn't as good as 2.
What if that was it?
But don't take it out on the poor statue. And you know our rule with no statues except of literary characters, like the Alice in Wonderland one in Central Park. Keep it.
Cute. Yeah,
love it.
Love it.
Yeah, Lewis Carroll.
This is like a Paddington on a bench eating marmalade and bread.
Of course he is.
And these fuckers...
What did they do to him? What did they do to Paddington?
They kicked him. They ripped him apart into pieces and stole them.
What was the statue made out of? Fucking paper mache?
No, there's a video on CCTV, and they really worked hard at this. I mean, they really went to town.
I'm going to have to look.
They really went for it. These guys are drunk as skunks, and
I hate
feels
this.
Personal. What if it was? That's such a funny idea. Like, they fucking hate Paddington.
Yeah.
No, they're like drunk 22-year-old boys. That's what it is. It's not personal. It's gender. Like, men are not okay.
What is wrong with them? Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it. This feels like they were trying to steal the whole thing.
Yeah, they were.
They took his head. Oh no! Okay, these motherfuckers. They just tried to steal the whole thing.
They sure did.
What? Okay, what is wrong with this age of men? This is the same. This is the exact same reason why on I-70 in Colorado they have had to change the exit 420 sign to exit 419.9.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like,
because it got stolen every time.
Fucking losers. Our grandfathers were in World War II. Get a hold of yourselves.
And just like stealing. Like, I don't understand this desire. It's like the college guy dorm thing to have a stop sign on your door, some road sign on your wall.
So juvenile. I don't.
It is. It's a way to say, look at how I've committed a low level crime.
That's
felony
why, like,
or something.
Whenever we did the story about Robert Sapolsky being like, what? Testosterone doesn't have an effect.
Yeah,
I'm
come
like,
on.
Paddington begs to differ. Because no lady's doing that.
That's
ever.
right. That's right. And
if it's not testosterone, that's fine. Tell me what it is.
Yeah, tell me what it is. Right. That's a good point. Because what the heck is that?
Right?
Because there are no women who get drunk and are like, I know, let's destroy Paddington Bear.
Right. Destroy a bear eating a marmalade sandwich.
Or it's like I can just take this. Everything is mine kind of attitude.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever stolen?
I've never stolen anything except a tag one time, and then I tried to return it.
What kind of tag?
It was the Volcom clothes used to have stickers as their tags on their clothes. And so I really wanted one to put in my binder in junior high. So I ripped it off of the
This is
tag.
crazy.
I did a lap around the mall. Then I came back and threw it on the floor of the store because I got too nervous.
I almost think that's worse than
of course it is.
fucking up
Just
Paddington.
steal something, Sarah. Like, I'm trying to think. I did you know what? I stole a 10-cent bag today at the grocery store. I did not pay for that bag.
Okay.
And I decided the things I were carrying, it was too much in my hands and I didn't feel like it. So I stole a 10-cent bag from
Good,
Target.
I'm glad.
You know what? They deserve it. I've been really trying hard not to shop at Target, but, you know, it's the closest thing to me, and I needed some meds.
It's all right. You don't have to say that.
You know,
One
I've
time
been pretty good.
here in Pittsburgh, I don't know why they don't have them anymore, but they used to have like salt boxes in the neighborhoods for when it snowed.
Oh, yeah.
And my friend, Big Steve, he had a dog named Pepper. And one time I stole a salt box and put it in front of his house and said, here's some salt to go with your pepper.
Oh, that's cute. And that's fun. Oh, I know what else you've stolen.
What?
The best item. What is the best item that you've stolen?
Wait, I feel
Your
like
most
I know this.
memorable steal. You still have it to this day.
What? I forget. Bowling shoes!
Yeah!
Yes! Yeah, that was the best thing I ever stole. But I have stolen quite a few things.
Oh, what else?
Like from restaurants. Like if they don't come back fast enough with like a box or something to put in, I will just take the ramekin. I don't give a shit.
My brother did that the other day. He did it, and I was like, "You just taking that?" He's like, "What else? They didn't put anything in. How else am I supposed to take this macaroni home? It's soup." That's what he said. So
Yes.
It's basically soup, and he was right.
It's shrinkage. It's built into the price. I regret nothing.
So yeah, he doesn't.
All
Even,
right,
that makes
but
sense.
you've stolen nothing except a 10-cent bag.
That is the only thing that I mean, technically, am I kind of stealing from the mountain resorts when I bring my own mug and fill it with their hot chocolate when I go up?
No, what are you stealing?
Right, because the hot chocolate is on the outside. It's past the register. It's in the general area. They just assume that you're going to buy. They are holding on to the mugs. They assume you're going to go get a mug from them.
Well,
And
that's
I'm
their
smart enough to
dumb
bring my own. Right. And nowhere
fault.
does it say no outside mugs. They say no outside alcohol, but I've looked.
That's their stupid asses.
That's their problem, right? So, okay, not stealing.
Yeah.
I'm still good.
Yeah.
I'll have
And
to
like the
think.
more I see criminals
Yeah.
like going up and being like the richest people in the world and
Right.
presidents and things.
Right.
I really am fine with taking ramekins.
Yeah, take the ramekin.
I wouldn't take it from
two.
a small business.
No, right. But from fucking Applebee's, yeah. From Hooters?
From Hooters?
I'm taking it. I am taking it. Just out
I
of...
think we should steal more stuff.
Right, exactly. Once I went on a first date and the guy stole the salt, the specialty salt from Red Robin.
No, like a whole shaker?
The whole shaker.
I mean, that's a pretty good steal.
I know. I wasn't into it, though.
But yeah, I wouldn't
was
be
like,
into
this
it on
is
a
not
date.
the flex you think it
Especially
is.
a first date.
First date.
That's embarrassing.
Went to a dinner and a movie, hamburgers and a movie, and he stole and I'm like, what, are you going to walk around with that in your pocket?
Did you
all
call
night?
him out?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Because I don't like stealing. I was like, what, are you going to walk around in your pocket that with...
He was just
With
like, I
that?
love this seasoning so
Yeah,
bad.
he's like, yeah. You know, like, then I proceeded to date him for I don't know however long.
Shut up.
Guaranteed. This was young Sarah, and I was a dummy.
Dang. I'm going to put out a thing on our Instagram to see what like other people are stealing.
Yeah.
Because I bet it's like funny stuff.
Right. I mean, hopefully nobody's stealing cars.
You know what? I don't even care at this point. Okay. Oh, I wanted to read to you though, like what the fucking judge said about the Paddington Bear thieves.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, so like the judge was incensed. He was so appalled that they would do this and like felt like it went against everything that Paddington Bear stands for.
Absolutely it does.
And the he just was basically like, this is the antithesis of Paddington Bear's ethics.
Yes.
And then the funniest part was of this whole story is that the district put they covered the bench of Paddington Bear with a gazebo tent, partly to protect passersby from the rough edges on the damaged statue, but partly so that children wouldn't see the bear in its broken state.
Oh, God! Yeah, cover that thing up. Nobody should see a freaking decapitated Paddington.
English people
Paddington
are so
2
sensitive.
is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Why?
It's a perfect movie.
What's the one Hugh Grant's in all of them?
That one. Number 2.
Yeah.
And it was the number one most critically reviewed
on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a long time. Because it was Citizen Kane, and then there was a review of Citizen Kane from way back in the day that was unearthed. And because of this negative review of Citizen Kane,
it got downgraded.
It got downgraded, and Paddington became number 1.
Did you like Citizen Kane?
Never saw it.
Weren't even tempted.
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it I know it's because of white men, but is that why?
Yeah, I'm how good is this? I get it. You're a little fucking rosebud. I get it. It's a sled. I get it. Right? Isn't that basically the whole movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Tell me a different story.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure it's great. Cinematic masterpiece or something.
I mean, I saw it, but I mean, it's what you think. It's this mythologizing of the inspiration of men.
Yeah, I feel like this goes. It's just like an Alfred Hitchcock movie, and It's a Wonderful Life, and they all kind of go in that same category of film.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll get haters, people who come at me for that.
I read this article about how millennials are raising pets instead of children.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It was in Business Insider, and it's called Generation Fido. Millennials are raising pets instead of kids. It's not going well for the pets. That's the subtitle.
Oh, no.
And it's basically talking about what it said and how it's fine that they're choosing to have pets instead of kids, but they're treating the pets like kids.
Yeah. That's a big problem. For the pets, yes.
Yeah. And my thing is basically anybody, no offense, I know there's going to be a ton of people listening who fall into this category, but it's just my bugaboo. If you call your pet your fur baby, that's a red flag for me. I know what we're dealing with.
It's important for the animal to be treated like an animal. If you talk to any dog trainer, they're gonna say that those dogs that attack people because their owner never puts them down or carries them in their grocery cart the whole time. That's not good for the dog.
Right.
It's not letting the dog.
It's a selfish act.
It is a selfish act. Right. And that's the reality. Dogs need to, and I see so many people with breeds of dogs that are meant to be working dogs or dogs that need a lot. I don't care how cuddly your big, huge dog is.
They want a purpose, just like people.
To work. They need to pull something, to run, to fetch, to dig. They need a purpose. They need a purpose. Yeah. And then when they don't have a purpose, we have all these people who are going to take their dog to the vet because, oh, my dog has anxiety, my dog has this, my dog's on blah, blah, blah. Your dog needs to run in a field and chase cattle.
Right.
That's what needs to happen.
Right. And this is an epidemic. So
yeah.
These people,
and there are some people who do that for their dogs. who do a good job of that. We're not talking about you.
Yeah, but most people, it's all about, they wanted a friend. This person wanted a friend. And like dogs are great friends. They're like little bubbies.
Yes, they're the best. But they have needs. And they're different from people's needs.
You are failing them.
Yeah.
In the same way I'm failing my child, okay? Listen, I am here to judge. That's what I'm doing. But I'm also judging myself because I do it with my own child.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Right.
I'm just saying you're not right.
I get it too. I have that feeling about, there are a lot of like influencers who are these like reptile influencers, like animal, you know, they have like a bunch of animals and stuff. And when I see like the woman who has like 12 snakes and then she's like handling them all, it just feels like, and she ends a bit, you know, and it feels like some animals don't want to be handled. Like we can't, it feels selfish sometimes what we do to certain animals.
It's not natural.
Yeah.
So it's a whole thing. And then like all these dogs have been pampered since the pandemic. Then everyone's got to go back to work now because the work from home thing is like freaking over. And all these dogs have never known a life where they weren't the center of somebody's universe. And now they're going to be abandoned.
Yeah.
8 hours a day. It's a whole thing. Stop being stupid.
Dogs are pack animals. They need to know who the pack leader is. They need to know where they fall in line. They cannot feel like they're the most important. That's not how that hierarchy is supposed to go. Your house will be run by your dog. Oh, it's so funny. I go on walks and whenever I'm on a walk, I'll see somebody with a dog and I'll be like, good dog or bad dog. And that usually means like good owner or bad owner. Like in my mind, I kind of sort out like, okay, which one is who are the good? And you could tell in 2 seconds because the dogs who are like the naughty dogs are walking their owners. Yeah. They're, you know, just like,
that's how it was
dog
when I had
shouldn't
a
be
dog.
on that kind of leash. That dog shouldn't be like, you're doing it all wrong. You're letting that dog tell you where to go.
That's why I don't have a dog because I had a dog and that's what it was like. Like, I'm not cut out for that. That dog was running the show.
You got to be strict. And you got to be, it feels, I think sometimes the kind of, and this is not, you're not like fucking beating the dog. You're just creating boundaries around saying this is the behavior I want from you, whatever that is. Like any person who trains an animal will tell you this.
You got to be like the top dog.
You can't just, they like that. They want to do the right thing. They're like domesticated animals. They need a pack leader. You have to be that one.
Yeah, they need a leader.
And you have to be that. And I think some people don't know how to assert themselves with their animals. Dogs, mostly. Cats are fine.
Cats are fine. That's why I have cats.
Yeah.
All right, last thing. I was reading about this neo-tantric sex group.
Oh, okay. Oh, was this in the Atlantic?
It was in The Cut.
Oh, The Cut. Okay, yes, I think I saved this. I
mean, I'll save you some time because you've read it before, you know? It's the old classic. Cult or whoever has these, like, new agey groups posing as empowerment, posing as freedom, posing as progressive. But, like, have you met men?
Right.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all these like nice turquoise jewelry wearing ladies think they're going to be liberated by
I want to find my twin flame.
Yeah. And it's like they are just putting flowery language like religious or it's often like Hindu or Buddhist style language or hippie style language to just say like, we're going to fuck.
Yeah.
And like,
yes, that's exactly what it is.
And
to deepen our soul connection through a
bodily
something embrace, like it's all the same, right? It's
and then all these ladies feel abused.
Yeah.
And then they're told like, hey, you signed up for this. This is a sex group. What did you think? And in a way, I'm like, yeah, dummies. Like, I know we're not supposed to victim blame and that these gals had good intentions and that it doesn't excuse mistreatment or
right.
blurry lines of consent if that's how they feel. But again, have you met men?
Right.
Don't join a neo-tantric sex group.
A sex group like that. That one wasn't like, right. That wasn't, from what I saw.
It wasn't even pretending to be religious.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get it. Yeah. What did you expect? You can't go into the tantric sex club and expect that it's not going to be based in sex.
If it were only women allowed,
yeah,
you're still at risk, but way less.
Oh yeah.
But if there's some hairy ass piece of shit dude in there,
anywhere in it, at the
swinging
top,
his dick around,
yeah,
I got bad news for you.
Yeah,
it's not going to be the best time.
There's
of your
manipulation
life.
Somehow involved in this.
Yeah, or that there could be, and these guys will leverage it if there's any opportunity.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh God.
And I
it was
think
infuriating.
when what is it, like, crime is like motive and opportunity or something like that.
Yes.
So we have a lot of opportunity here. So
means, motive, opportunity.
Yes. You have means and you have opportunity, and all you need is a person with a little bit of a motive. And who knows
it's called
what's
an
going
orgasm.
on. Right, exactly. So that is a dangerous place to. Yeah, I can't. Because, like you said, I'm not victim blaming here, but I just think that you shouldn't be.
I'm not.
That's
I'm saying
not the place
she
to
should
find.
sue and get whatever she can. But that I'm saying to the audience, if you're in a position where you're deciding, don't join the neo-tantric sex group.
Correct.
Because, like, when you look at the picture of, like, the group on the cut.
I can imagine what it is. Hot women and
Google
troll guys.
Google the photo from the cut of the neo-tantric sex group. And it's, like, all these goons, like, fucking, like, Frenching each other or whatever. And I'm just saying, all you people are just afraid to die. That's what this is. Like, our mortality is such a crisis. For the human condition is such a crisis. We're like, how did we get here? And what am I going to do about it? And what happens when we die? Mm-hmm. That is the problem for each one of us. And all of us deal with it in different ways. And some people join neo-tantric sex groups. And I'm saying, stop it. Stop being weird.
Yeah.
So, look at that photo.
Yeah.
Get a hold of yourselves, doofuses. What do you think's going to happen?
This is like the Burning Man crew.
Yes. The Burning Man.
This is the Burning Man crew.
Gross. Get a hold of yourselves. Stop acting like goons. Get jobs and call it a day. Sarah, I like when I go too far. Because it's so transparent. Like, most of us, the way that we soothe the human angst is, like, pretty similar. Like, we eat cake, or we have a glass of wine, or we watch American Idol,
Netflix,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so it's all within this range. So whenever somebody's extreme, it exposes what we're all coping with, which is like life on this earth.
Right. And the thing that I can imagine with the type from what it looks like in the photos is these are the kind of people who are the preachiest about you name it, whatever.
About everything.
Veganism.
Human rights.
Yes. Like
equality.
Yeah. And
that's so true, Sarah.
It feels like the kind of people who are going to be judgmental of
if you own a pickup truck.
Yeah, for not being interested in being in a neo-tantric sex club.
Yeah, or if you don't recycle your glass.
Right. And it's just like...
Stuff like that.
Listen.
You are weird.
We all have things. And
we do all have things.
I just think that if you're going to... you have to be really... You have to have really good boundaries. You have to be really centered in order to put yourself in a very vulnerable situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going to be in a vulnerable position or a vulnerable situation and you are already a vulnerable person, that's probably a recipe for disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see both men and women in that group experiencing that. I'm sure that maybe the men experienced forms of abuse and things that who knows? But it's just, that is...
And I know that you're more also accepting of like non-traditional sexual behaviors and stuff than I am like BDSM stuff. But I feel if you have to have a lot of rules and like things you have to say up front, like here's what's okay, here's what's not, which is how this group was. It was like, here, I don't want licking, I don't want to, like there would be you had to say all this shit beforehand. Or like you need a safe word, or like anytime you have to have like conditions beforehand, you're walking into a situation that is inherently unsafe.
Yeah.
That is why you need all that.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's wrong.
Right.
But it means
that this is different than vanilla.
And I'm saying I'd rather be vanilla personally.
And and there are risks if you don't go in there isn't a lot of trust, there isn't a lot of consent.
And if there's a hierarchy and if you're paying to do it.
Right. Bad news. That's not good. Right.
So it just struck
totally
me as like
you.
A thing of like, wow, we are all so scared to die that we are coming up with all kinds of shit to like distract us, make us think like we can beat it. It's like transcendence, trying to like tap into something bigger, like religion and sex and music and all this stuff that can take you outside of like the shithole of
Earth. But it only takes you so far. You still have to live with one foot in
like we're all
this
in the
reality.
muck.
Yeah,
like don't forget it.
Don't forget it. Right,
you can go ahead and take that blind off,
blind
fold off, and like not follow the instructions of your weird ass tantric guru or whatever the hell.
I'm with you.
That's my PSA for today.
Yeah.
Join in sex groups. Thank you for listening. But RIP Hooters.
Yeah.
But not RIP these guys.
No.
We're going to get these guys on my body sorted out one way or the other. GoFundMe or otherwise. And don't forget to check out thebraincandypodcast.com for our coupon codes, our partners, our URLs. Go to patreon.com/braincandy for our reality TV content. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, friends.